Hello, class of 2028. Today you will be receiving information about selecting your courses for the 2025-2026 school year. You'll be filling out an electronic course selection form. This Google form has been sent to your District 100 student email, and you can also find it on the Student Services website. Today we'll talk about course selection dates and deadlines, BHS graduation requirements, college admission requirements, and sophomore year required classes and schedule options. Lastly, we'll take a look at the BHS Student Services website, including the District 100 High School Course Catalog and course selection form that you'll be filling out. On the Student Services website, you'll also find all the important dates and deadlines, all the forms, and a copy of this presentation if you'd like to refer to it again. The course selection process is really important, and we strongly encourage students to please take your time, review all the resources that we present today, talk to your teachers and your counselors, and share your course selections with your family. Today's December 9th, and you're receiving information about the course selection process. Your course selection forms must be submitted by Friday, January 10th at 3:15. So you have just about a month to complete this. In order to help you with the process, this week during lunches, BHS will be hosting an elective showcase where you can talk to teachers and other students about the electives that we offer here at BHS. Each day, a different department will be featured in the cafeteria. Next week and the week after winter break, when we return, counselors will be available during WIN time for course selection help. You can sign up for those course selection help WIN sessions. In SmartPass, you'll find them under special offerings. Then finally, in early February, you'll be able to review your course selections. Before we talk about the required classes for your sophomore year, we'll review graduation requirements. All students need at least 24 credits to graduate from BHS. Each semester-long class that you take and pass is worth half of a credit. So if you are taking at least 6 classes and passing those 6 classes every year, you'll be on track for graduation. Within those 24 credits are some specific requirements that you need to be aware of to help you choose the right classes. All students must pass 4 credits of English in order to graduate, 3 credits of math, including algebra and geometry, and you need 2 credits of science to graduate, one of which must be biology. Then you need 2.5 credits of social studies. One of those credits must be U.S. history, one has to be world studies, and then senior year, a half credit of American government. Consumer education is a half credit graduation requirement that you may take sophomore through senior year. Many students choose to take that during sophomore year. All students must earn a half credit of health and must be enrolled in a semester of career planning in 9th grade. Students are also required to be enrolled in PE every semester unless they are taking health or driver's education at BHS. The other 11.5 credits come from your electives. If you plan on attending a 4-year college or university right after high school, you should know that colleges generally expect more core academic classes than we require for graduation. If you'll be attending a 4-year college after high school, plan on taking more core academic classes. Colleges expect you to have 4 years of English and at least 3 years of math in high school, which is also what we require. In math, we do recommend that you take 4 years in order to set yourself up for success in college. For science, colleges would like you to take at least 3 years, and we only require 2. Colleges also require at least 3 years of social studies, and remember, we require 2.5. So make sure if you're planning on going to college directly after high school that you take at least 1 more semester of a social studies elective in high school. Although foreign language is not required to graduate from BHS, many colleges and universities have a foreign language requirement for admission. It's helpful to take at least 2 years of the same foreign language in high school because some colleges will require it for admission. Other colleges may accept a combination of foreign language and/or classes in the arts. Please make sure you're checking the admission requirements of any college that you are interested in or plan on attending. For next school year, some students will be automatically placed in accelerated or advanced placement classes based on their standardized test scores. Students and families have received letters indicating the courses that students will be automatically enrolled in. Parents and students who wish to decline this placement, so you don't want to take that class, should return the form to the student's counselor by January 10th, same day your course selections are due. If you want to sign up for an accelerated or an AP class but did not receive an automatic placement letter, you can still do that. For sophomore year, there are 4 required classes: English, Math, Science, and PE or Driver's Ed. We're going to talk about the options in each subject area in the next few slides. After your required classes, you then have room for a maximum of 3 credits worth of electives. Those electives can be a combination of semester and year-long classes. Your total credits for sophomore year will be 7 if you take the maximum of 3 credits worth of electives with no study hall, 6.5 credits if you take a semester of study hall, or 6 credits if you take a full year of study hall. The first requirement for sophomore year is 1 credit of English. So students should choose either English 10 Accelerated, or AP Seminar. AP Seminar is a rigorous college-level course at the end of which students have an opportunity to take the advanced placement exam for potential college credit. You will choose one of these in your course selection form. Please talk to your current English teacher about the course descriptions and their recommendation for you for an English class for sophomore year. In addition to English, all sophomores are required to take 1 credit of math. These are some examples of 10th grade math courses. For example, if you're currently in Algebra 1, you would choose geometry for next year. Your current math teacher is going to help you choose the appropriate math course and also will be making a recommendation for your next year math course that they will share with your counselor. All sophomores are also required to take 1 credit of science. As you can see, there are many 10th grade science options to choose from. Please look at the course catalog and talk to your current science teacher to choose a science class that's appropriate for you and matches your career and college goals. Your current science teacher will be making a recommendation for your next year's science course that they will be sharing with your counselor. The last required class for sophomores is physical education. As a District 100 student, you are required to be enrolled in a PE class each semester unless you waive the requirement due to being an athlete or marching band member. Most students prefer to take the same PE class for both semesters, but that's up to you. In your course selection form, you must check the box for PE or the box for a PE waiver if you are eligible to do so. Next year, there are several options for you to choose from in PE. You may choose Lifetime Wellness, which is traditional PE with team sports, Strength and Conditioning, which concentrates on developing a personal fitness plan, or Healthy Lifestyles, which focuses on whole wellness and activities such as yoga and meditation. Please read the descriptions in the course catalog and talk to your current PE teacher. Students may also choose to take 0-hour PE, which will be strength and conditioning. 0-hour permission forms and PE waiver forms are on the Student Services website, or you can pick them up in Student Services or at the course selection help sessions during WIN. Driver's education is not a graduation requirement, but you may choose to take it here at Belvedere High School. You must pass at least 8 classes in the 2 semesters prior to taking driver's ed. If you decide to take driver's ed, you would take 1 semester of driver's ed and 1 semester of the PE option of your choice for sophomore year. Students who are on track to graduate and want to take a study hall during their sophomore year should check the appropriate box in the course selection form. Students have the option to take a study hall all year, half of a year, or take 7 full classes with no study hall. Please remember, you do not earn credit for study halls. Another scheduling option available to sophomores are blended courses. These courses are a combination of online and classroom learning. There will be days that you're free to work outside of the classroom as long as you're passing your class. Your teacher decides which days are going to be blended. Blended courses are listed on the course selection form, and there are both required courses and elective choices. The classes listed here are just a few examples. After you choose your required classes in your course selection form, then you'll choose your electives. As we talked about earlier, you will have room in your schedule for up to 3 credits worth of electives. We ask that you choose your top 10 desired classes out of all the options listed in your course selection form, which I'm going to show you in a bit. You'll see electives are arranged by department. So after you choose your 10 electives, you'll be asked to rank them from your first choice, meaning I really want this class the most, all the way down to your 10th choice. Please make sure you list your electives in the order that you want to take them. Then you'll choose an additional 3 alternates just in case your first choices aren't available or don't work in your schedule. Counselors really try to get you your top choices, but it's not always possible. That's why we ask for alternate choices. Altogether, you'll be making 13 different selections for electives. Please do not choose something that you have already successfully completed. Remember, use the course catalog for descriptions of each course. Pay attention to any prerequisites that you have to meet in order to be eligible for certain classes. And remember to take advantage of the elective showcase this week and ask teachers and students about elective classes. When you're choosing your electives, again, refer to the online course catalog for descriptions and prerequisites, but also consider what classes you need to graduate, classes that might be required for college admission, and what your career interests are and how much time you're willing to commit. One course change that sophomores should be aware of, AP Psychology will now be a year-long class and no longer has the prerequisite of psychology. Running Start is a program where eligible BHS students attend Rock Valley College during their junior and senior year. They earn a high school diploma and a 2-year associate's degree at the same time. In order to be eligible for Running Start, you must have at least a 3.0 cumulative GPA at the end of 9th grade. Students must also have completed Geometry, Algebra 1, English 9 and 10, and Chemistry with B's or better by the end of sophomore year. You have to maintain your grades during sophomore year, and then also during sophomore year, you have to take and pass Rock Valley's placement test. If you're interested at all in Running Start, please make sure you choose chemistry as your science for next year and consumer ed as an elective. Now we'll take a look at the course selection resources located on the BHS Student Services website. So from the BHS homepage, you're going to go to Students, Student Services, and then over on the left, you're going to choose Course Selection. So you can see this is where all dates and deadlines are located. So all the dates and events that we talked about in this presentation, you can find those here. The elective showcase, all the WIN sessions are listed here, the due date, And then if you continue to scroll down where it says directions, forms, and resources, make sure you are looking under the class of 2028, current ninth graders. You'll be able to find this video if you'd like to watch it again. Your course selection form is located there, and the course catalog that we're going to take a look at in just a second. You can also find forms like your PE waiver and your 0-hour PE permission forms are located here. Please don't forget you can also pick those forms up in student services or at our course selection help sessions during WIN. From the course selection page on the Student Services website, you can open the course catalog, which you can see is arranged by department. So once you're in here and you open one of the departments, you can see that each one starts with a table like this for reference, which gives you the title of the class, the name of the class, what grade you have to be in to take it, is there a blended option for this class, and is there a prerequisite for this class? Meaning, is there a class I have to take before I'm eligible to take this class? So again, each department opens with a table like this that has a lot of information right here. So then once you have looked at the table and decided you want to look up the descriptions of a couple different classes, again, by department, you'll click on the course descriptions, and it has some of that same information and then a much more detailed description of the elective class. So please make sure that you are using the online high school course catalog for all the detailed descriptions of all the classes, and make sure you are checking how many credits it's worth. Is it a half credit semester long class, or is it a full credit year long class? And make sure you're checking the prerequisites as well. Now we'll briefly take a look at the actual course selection form so that you can see what it looks like. I will be choosing different things just for demonstration purposes, but when you first open this, make sure you see your email there, and then you'll go through, put your name and ID number. Then at the bottom of the first page, you need to select the career pathway that you are most interested in, and you can click here if you want to read the descriptions of those. So again, just for demonstration, I'm going to pick Human Services and click Next. So you'll see it opens up with your required classes. So we're going to start with English. Choose the English class that you would like to take. Then you will choose the math course that you would like to take, and then you will check the box for one of the science courses that you would like to take. Social studies, you are required to answer this question, but there is no social studies required for sophomore year. So if you already took world studies, just let us know. I took that as a freshman. And then consumer ed, would you like to take consumer ed as sophomore year, or are you going to wait until another time to take consumer ed? So make sure you choose one of those and then click Next. This brings us to the PE selections. You can read the course descriptions here. You can download the PE waiver and the 0-hour form if you want. And remember, you can also pick those up in student services. So you will make your selection for what PE you would like to take for next year, and then click Next. That brings us to our elective choices. So I talked about this a little bit. Remember, the course catalog is linked here for descriptions, prerequisites, how many credits everything is. So it is organized again by department. You do not need to choose an elective in each department. It is just arranged that way. So you are going to go through here and you are going to choose the 10 electives that you are most interested in taking. So you'll go through and you'll click the box There's driver's ed if you're interested in taking that, and it does tell you then 1 semester of PE will be dropped if you choose driver's ed. So again, you will go through here and choose your top 10 electives, and it's a long list. Make sure you take your time with this. Again, you do not have to choose an elective in every department. Right here is where you will tell us if you want to take a study hall. If not, then you just skip that part. So after you choose your 10 electives, then you get to this section where you're going to tell us, here are your top choices. Here's number 1, number 2, and so on, until you get all the way down to your 10th choice. So remember, first choice is I really want to take that class the most, down to your 10th choice. Then right here, you're going to list 3 more alternates in the event that your top 10 choices don't work. Once you've made informed choices about what electives you want to take, and then you've put them in the order that you want to take them, you will click the submit button. If you happen to submit this before it's due on January 10th and you change your mind, you may edit your responses. Some reminders about the course selection process. Remember, your form must be submitted by January 10th, but again, if you do submit it before the due date and you want to make a change, you may edit your responses up until January 10th. Again, we strongly encourage students, please participate in the elective showcase this week and discuss your course selections with your teachers and your parents. All forms like PE waivers and 0-hour permission forms can be picked up in the Student Services office, or you can get those forms during the course selection help win sessions. If you still have questions after you've watched this presentation and you've reviewed the course selection materials, counselors will be available during win time on 8 different dates. There will be 4 before winter break next week, and then 4 right after winter break when we return. Please make sure you sign up in SmartPass under special offerings. All win dates will be in the forum room, except the last one on January 10th will be in room 351, and you'll see that in SmartPass. During those win sessions, counselors will be able to answer questions, and we'll also have PE waiver forms and 0-hour permission forms available for you to pick up. Finally, just a quick list of the counselors in student services and their alphabet breakdown. Remember, that is by last name. Also, Mrs. Bronner is our registrar and secretary. If you need forms, you can stop in student services and pick those up from her. Thank you so much for listening, and please reach out with questions.